Let's bring in Texas Congressman Chip Roy. Congressman, always good to see you. I know you're a no on that housing bill, okay? So you're probably not sad to see that the president said we're not going to do it right now. My question is, do you think it's going to pass eventually? And what's the problem if it does?
Well, first of all, the president is right to want to continue to move forward with the Save America Act. This is something that has overwhelming support among the American people, 80% plus support. Republicans support it, I mean, almost uniformly. And it's Democrats that are the big obstacle, right? Let's all remember that, right? They're the reason why we can't get to the easy number at 60 votes. They're doing it for political purposes. But we're trying to move it through. The president's trying to push the Senate to stretch, its, fixation on a 60-vote threshold and try to push the Senate to deliver. And I'm for that. I think the president should always be trying to push to try to get us to deliver on something as important as this, to ensure that only American citizens vote in American elections and that we have voter ID. I think we've done a good job in the House. We've passed it 3 times, and hopefully we'll be able to move to it and get it done. But, with respect to the housing bill, like the bill is going to move forward probably at some point once the president has worked through what he wants to do to put pressure on folks to try to get the Save America Act done, and we'll see what happens. I obviously voted no for a variety of reasons in terms of grant programs and Section 8 housing and other stuff that weren't my favorite, but there's a lot of good stuff in there too in terms of dealing with pulling back some of the regulations and streamlining some of the permitting processes and things like that are important to get housing in place. Always hard to, see the sausage getting made here, but we're trying to work through it. The president's right to push hard. I mean,
I guess they were trying to make some sausage today in that meeting. It didn't sound like they made much. One of my questions is, do Republicans in the Senate have the right leadership to get big things done?
Well, let's remember that right now what you need is 51 senators to deliver. And, Senator Thune is working, the majority leader Thune is trying to work to get that and to get 51. My view has been from the very beginning is to get the Senate to do its core function of debate, right? When you think of Mr. Smith going to Washington, right? The talking filibuster, be down there, do the work, but don't just default to 60-vote threshold. I think that is what will ultimately protect a filibuster, or what we call the cooling saucer. This is something that's lost in the mix here. Look, I'm a former creature of the Senate. I was Ted Cruz's chief of staff. I like the Senate being a cooling saucer as a conservative, right? I like to slow down bad things. But at the end of the day, you need to be able to break it if the will of the body wants to act. That's what's missing here. This is why I think the majority leader ought to be pushing it. And we should have done it, I think, months ago. Just force the issue. The Civil Rights Act was on the floor for 3 months before we finally broke the back of the then Democrats who were obstructing it. I think we ought to have done that this time. And here we are, and we'll see what the Senate does. We'll see if we can use reconciliation. We'll see if we can use any other process. Look, this Republican House has never given up at any point, at any turn. We got the big, beautiful bill done with a lot of great policies. We've been able to get things like the Lake and Riley Act with the Sue Act to give states power to sue the federal government for not securing the border. We've gotten other good things done because we've stayed the course. We ran the Democrats by funding DHS, ICE, and Border Patrol, using reconciliation because they refused to do their job, because we've worked together as a team to deliver. We just want to get the Senate to work with us to get this stuff done.
Cancel the August recess. It's overrated. It's too hot in August anyway. Get in the air conditioning, get something done. I want to move on to this. Just moments ago, the White House sent its formal supplemental funding request to Congress, totaling more than $87 billion. Most of that funding for the Iran conflict, but it does include money for American farmers and support for Ebola, I guess, and some other purposes. I know that you're a fiscal hawk, okay? So you could argue with the fact that they're jamming a bunch of things together, and do that if you want to. But I think the more interesting question from my standpoint is, what about the military funding? Do you think, let's say it's $67 billion in this request they sent over, does that need to pass, Congressman?
Well, I think it's close to $80 billion. I mean, look, we do need to make sure that our military has the resources they need. We need to make sure that we've backfilled the munitions that we are now depleting. We need to do that for our national security interest. I fully support that. However, you noted my fiscal hawk status. I don't like doing anything that's unpaid for. You send up a supplemental, we need to pay for it. We're having conversations right now about whether we can use reconciliation to find funding for defense necessary to fill in some of the holes. I hope we can get there. But again, even through reconciliation, you got to figure out how to pay for things. Look, I'm always going to stand on that wall saying dollar for dollar, year by year, pay as you go. You got to do it in this country. And at the end of the day, we'll see what happens here with the war funding. But we also have to be mindful of the deal, right? I was vocally supportive of the commander-in-chief going after bad guys in Iran, making sure we're going after conventional weapons, nuclear weapons. But right now, I want to know a little bit more about this deal. I don't want to send any money to Iran. I don't want to send money. I don't want to lift sanctions. I don't want to have $300 billion of private support going to Iran. I want to make sure we're having America first, making sure we're protecting our national security interests. And yes, I want to get resources to military, but let's pay for it. We can do this stuff if we do our job. That's what the private sector has to do. We should do the same thing.
Fair request. Congressman Chip Roy, always nice to see you. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Thanks, guys. Take care.